drum work from Ben Dixon, the album Steppin' Out, a classic, one of those classic Blue Note covers. And we heard the piece there written by Harold Brooks, titled Vick, that is, titled Trimmed in Blue. I want to thank you so much for sharing this hour with me in studio. We're going to be going live to the PAG with the DSA Jazz Band with Dave Hammond right after this news update from NPR. As we celebrate community, culture, and music, we are KUVO Denver, KVJZ Vale, 89.7 Breckenridge, KUVO.org on the World Wide Web. Catch me tomorrow evening. We'll do the same thing again. But I want you to stay tuned for this live music. It's definitely worth your time. Have a great evening, everyone.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Janine Herbst. Defense Secretary James Mattis says he thinks Syrian President Bashar al-Assad regrets using chemical weapons against his own people after a U.S. military strike destroyed part of an airbase. Mattis says he can't say, though, whether Russia was involved in the chemical attacks.
I have personally reviewed the intelligence, and there is no doubt the Syrian regime is responsible for the decision to attack and for the attack itself.
But he says the incident won't cause relations between the U.S. and Russia to spin out of control. White House spokesman Sean Spicer has apologized for saying incorrectly that Adolf Hitler never used chemical weapons. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the comments drew criticism and some calls for the press secretary's firing.
At the White House briefing Tuesday, Spicer tried to underscore the severity of last week's chemical weapons attack in Syria when he said, quote, "Someone as despicable as Hitler didn't even think to using chemical weapons." That comment appeared to overlook the millions who died in Nazi gas chambers, and Spicer's attempts to clarify only made matters worse. The Anne Frank Center for Mutual Respect and Democratic House Leader Nancy Pelosi accused the press secretary of denying or downplaying Nazi atrocities. Spicer later acknowledged on CNN his comparison was inappropriate.
For that, I apologize. It was a mistake to do that.
Spicer says from now on he'll stay in his lane and avoid historical comparisons. Scott Horsley, NPR News, the White House.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced a widening of prosecutions in border-related crime during his stop in Arizona today. Mitchell Maritzko of member station KJZZ has more from Nogales.
Sessions described the U.S.-Mexico border as ground zero, pitting ranchers and other U.S. citizens against cartels and violent gangs, and said immigration enforcement policies of past administrations have come to an end.
For those that continue to seek improper and illegal entry into this country, be forewarned. This is a new era. This is the Trump era.
Sessions has widened the Justice Department's role in immigration prosecutions. New policies focus on those who cross the border illegally more than once. For NPR News, I'm Michelle Marisco in Nogales, Arizona.
The former leader of the Jay Giles Band has died. Police in Groton, Massachusetts say guitarist John Warren Giles was found dead in his house. No word on a cause of death. The band was one of the premier rock bands of the 1980s with hits such as Love Stinks and Freeze Frame. Jay Giles was 71 years old. Wall Street ending the day lower today, but only slightly. The Dow down 6 points, the Nasdaq down 14, the S&P 500 down 3. This is NPR.
Support for NPR comes from the financial services firm of Raymond James, offering personalized wealth management advice and banking and capital markets expertise, along with a legacy of putting clients' financial well-being first. Learn more at raymondjames.com.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Anderson in the Phyllis A. Greer Performance Studio here at Jazz 89 KUVO, where it's time for Live at the Oasis, the High School Collegiate Series. This evening we have the Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra. Quick thanks to the folks that make it possible here. Classic Pianos of Denver, Chris Coonsey, Flesher Hinton Music, Drum City Guitarland, Original Pasquinis, and the Studio Club members of KUVO KVJZ. Now it's time for the Denver School of the Arts Band, live on KUVO. right, we're live at the Oasis here at Jazz 89 KUVO. That's the Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra under the direction of Dave Hammond. Hey, Dave, welcome back.
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be back.
Yeah, well, it's always a good evening when you come with the Denver School of the Arts crew, because it always sounds really good.
Thank you. Well,
no exception tonight. That sounded great.
We are here to swing. That's our operandus tonight. We are going to swing.
Swinging hard.
Yep. Okay. And that last tune featured, Aaliyah Traylor and John Bickel on alto and trumpet respectively, and then a little bit by Allison Orthel, who's one of the best trombone players in Colorado right there. So.
All right.
Just saying what it is.
So, Dave, you've got some competition going on, I understand.
Competition. This band is going to the essentially Ellington High School Jazz Band Competition and Festival. That is the official name. It's the festival that Wynton Marsalis and crew, the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra, put on at the Lincoln Center in New York City. And we are so honored to be one of the 15 bands selected out of a myriad of tons of bands all over the country to go and compete by playing a bunch of Ellington music. And so excuse me, how great is that?
That's quite an honor.
Oh,
that's a
tremendous.
big deal.
Yep.
So you guys are just warming up here. I mean, this is just kind of the warm up for the big.
Oh no, we're into it, Jeff. I'm telling you, we're into it deep.
So this is the real thing then.
Well, this is the competition is a real deal because the kids that are represented at this festival are really the cats that will go on to jazz careers, and we've known that for a long time. This band has been to the Ellington Festival now 3 times. The first time in '99, the second time in 2004, and now this year. It's extremely competitive. I have tried to get in every year and failed more times than we've succeeded, and that just shows you how competitive it is. But it's awesome because Wynton Marsalis and crew in New York understand how important this jazz music is to kids and to the development of the United States, and how important it is educationally. And it's certainly no different here because it's been quite a journey up to this point, and these kids are wonderful and extraordinary. Some of the best kids in Colorado. Not all the best kids in Colorado, but some of them are in this room.
Okay, well that's quite an honor. It's a great thing that they're doing there, getting kids interested in jazz and really getting into it a lot. And we're trying to do that here at KUVO a little bit by putting people on the air.
You have for 20 years now.
20 years. Yeah, I lost track of how long we've been doing this a long time ago, but I was recently told we started in 1997. And I think that Dave, you were here with your band that year.
I was young, a much better looking young man at that point.
It's okay. It's radio. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why we keep asking you back. All right. With that, maybe we ought to hear another tune.
Let's do it. We're going to continue with the Ellington stuff and do Pyramid, and we're going to feature our trombonist Sam Keaty on this one. Sam Hostetter as well on Barry sax, and Alex Gershovitz is playing some drums back there, and he's going to be playing without sticks for part of it. So that's a trick in itself.
Okay, kind of like the tablas or a bongo or something.
It kind of like that idea. Then you're also going to hear Simone Hammett-Lynch, which is a lovely violinist at Denver School of the Arts, one of the best violinists in the state right now.
All right.
I'm not putting her on the spot, but
don't raise expectations or anything, huh?
Right. Here we go.
Hey, okay, it's the JWO from DSA and the PAG here at KUVO. Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra live right here at Jazz 89 KUVO from the Phyllis A. Greer Performance Studio. Dave Hammond's the director, bringing his crew back for what looks to be the 20th year in a row, playing live at the Oasis here at Kuvo.
20th year, and still going. Again, that was Sam Keaty on trombone, just a lovely trombonist solo there. And we also heard from Quinn Argent on tenor saxophone that I forgot to mention before.
Well, it looks like you brought about 20 students with you.
There are 20
Dave.
here.
That's a big band.
It is. It's just as big as we need it to be.
Just right.
Just right.
To the Goldilocks size. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, maybe you ought to introduce a section now, because
Right.
we don't want to, miss anybody.
Well, since we did, we're talking about trombones, let's talk about the trombone section. It's Sam Keaty, Allison Orthell, and Jack Bender on trombones tonight. And true to the Ellington Orchestra, they only had 3 trombones for the majority of the run. And so that's what we try to keep it to, and it works out really great.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, after having done this for a number of years, I've noticed that sometimes it's hard to find trombone players for some of these bands.
It can be, and this is due to our systematic elimination of music programs around the country, and especially here in Denver. And so those of us who are in it pretty deep, we advocate for music programs in every school, because we realize that it helps kids show up every day, and it helps when students show up to school.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
It makes a difference. And we also realize that music, arts, theater, all the arts are so important to kids, because they find themselves in arts. They find who they are, and all that self-exploration that you need to do as a teenager or preteen happens in the arts. And so that's why it's so important. So if you're out there and you're a school administrator,
or maybe somebody who funds the schools,
or someone who funds the schools, get the message, that DSA, we've had a long and prestigious career, not only artistically, but academically as well, because we realize that they go hand in hand. These kids here are all really, really smart academically as well. Not that they don't have their problems here and there, and we help them with that, but they are gifted artistically and gifted academically too, and they're pretty darn happy, especially when you feed them pizza.
You guys happy?
You guys happy?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, okay. I'm really happy.
Well, they know they're getting graded for this, so of course they have to say that. Okay, what's up next?
We're going to do Jack the Bear, which is another Duke Ellington piece that features our great bass player. This is Gabe Roop. And Gabe Roop has won a ton of awards this year, and he's real modest about it. He won't tell you about it, but I'll be his vocal cords for him. Be
his mouthpiece.
His mouthpiece. He was voted the Young Artist of the Year. And Young Arts is a massive national program that looks for artistic kids around the country. And Gabe was the only jazz kid that from around the country that won the Young Artist Award. They flew him to Miami, and he did his thing up on the huge stage. He's awesome. He's going to the Brubeck Institute next year, and the Brubeck Institute searched him out. He didn't apply. They recruited him.
That's a good deal.
That's how good this dude is.
Saves on those application fees too.
But don't tell him I said all that, because I'm still his teacher, and he has to do what I say. So, anyway, this is Gabe Roop and Jack the Bear.
All right, live at the Oasis on KUVO.
Don't screw it up.
At the Oasis here at Jazz 89 KUVO. It's the High School Collegiate Series. This evening, Dave Hammond's brought his Jazz Workshop Orchestra down here from the Denver School of the Arts. Okay, lots of Ellington to get ready for that big contest.
That's
next
right.
Month.
And we are asking people to donate to the cause. It takes around $30,000 to get all these kids out there. And let me tell you a little story about this band. This band has also this year been to Chicago. We played at the Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic. And if you're not a music educator, that doesn't really mean a heck of a lot. But if you're a music educator, it's huge. The Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic is held in Chicago, Illinois. Very, very, very competitively difficult to get into. This band is the first Colorado high school jazz band to play at the Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic. I'm so proud of them. And earlier this year, we went out and you choose some artists, and we had Brad Good with us on trumpet, and Jovino Santos Neto, who I know has been here and played on this piano, from Cornish. He teaches at Cornish, but he's originally from Brazil. We had those two great artists. We went out in December. We waited until it was 4 below zero.
Good.
And then we went.
Good. Okay.
And
the brass players really appreciate that, especially.
Exactly. And we played there. It was wonderful. I was so proud of the kids. Like I said, sort of a groundbreaking thing. I'm hoping that more Colorado bands can get into that festival, because it does show the best of the best all over the world. There were bands there from Japan, from all over the place, and we were lucky to be the one of 3 high school bands that they featured at this wonderful thing. And then when we got back, I decided, let's try for Ellington, and we got in. So this band has been Chicago. They'll go to New York, and it's not because they're lucky. It's because they work hard. And we talk a lot about that in the band class, is that you don't get this good by luck. You get this good by working really, really hard. And these people do. And so I'm very, very proud of them.
It shows in the playing. There's no question.
That's exactly it. And I'm going to talk about our sax section for a second. And on tenor and clarinet, you're hearing tonight Chris Ferrari. And then on alto sax, Aaliyah Traylor. Diego Gonzalez is our lead alto player. And Quinn Argent, the other tenor player, who's a great soloist as well. And then Sam Hostetter is our bari sax player, laying it down. And there's your sax section for tonight, and these guys have worked really hard. How many are seniors? There's 3 seniors in this group. And
in the whole band?
No, 3 seniors in the sax section.
Okay.
So we're working really hard to flunk them right now. There's
well, you got to do it. You
got to do it.
It's all worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. They can stay in high school for another couple of years.
It's a lot cheaper than college. College is way too expensive.
That's right. No, they're going to go off to great places, I'm sure. And so we're very proud of these guys. And we're going to continue with a Dizzy Gillespie tune. This is the only non-Ellington tune that we're doing tonight. Is that correct? I think it is. Wow. We are essentially Ellington. But for right now, we're going to do a Dizzy tune. It's actually Tad Dameron and Dizzy Gillespie wrote a song called Stay On It. And this is a great little tune that I hope you enjoy.
All right. We're live at the Oasis on KUVO. It's the Denver School of the Arts. That's the Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra under the direction of Dave Hammond, live at the Oasis here at Jazz 89 KUVO. Well, another nice arrangement, Dave. Nicely done.
And then a nice little ditty. So, like I said, we're trying to raise funds for this big trip. And so I wanted to announce our GoFundMe page. And this is an internet site that you can go and give money that goes directly to these kids' trips. We have a goal of $10,000 because these kids have been working hard. Last night we played Nocturne and we made some money there, which was awesome. Last Friday we did a gig down at Hangar 41. It's a architectural firm on Santa Fe, and so we did a First Friday thing. Made some money there. May 1st, this band and the two other jazz workshop orchestras at DSA are playing Dazzle. So they're making money, and they've had to contribute money to the thing. So I wouldn't.
So it's just like being a jazz musician.
It's just like being a jazz musician. But we're asking, we set up a GoFundMe page to try to raise $10,000. And right now, I'm reading it. It says $2,880, which is awesome.
It's a good start.
That's like a third there, right? If I can do my math right. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. This is how good I am with math. But our GoFundMe site is DSA JWO to New York City. So if you Google that, you'll go straight to the page. You'll see a picture, a beautiful picture of these incredibly good-looking students. And so you can see.
And you're in that picture too, right?
I am.
Good thing.
I am.
You ought to be.
Yeah. But we need your help. That's the thing. DSA is a public school. We're very proud of the fact that we're a public school. We're not a charter or a private school or whatever they got now. I don't even know. But
it's always something new. It seems.
We're a public school, and we enjoy being a public school. We're a magnet program, which means that we attract kids that are in the arts, and that's a good thing because what we're trying to do at DSA is elevate what we can do with middle and high school students. It's a 6 through 12 program, and we do a lot for our district. We're playing the DPS Foundation Gala, which is the DPS Foundation raises tons of money for all kinds of programs in DPS, and we'd be really bad off if we didn't have a foundation like the DPS Foundation helping us out. But we're going to play their gala on the 28th of April. So these guys are busy almost every night. Almost every night.
That's a commitment.
That is, and they're also doing their homework as well. So
some of them right now, even.
Probably they're either that or Snapchatting.
Yeah,
but
texting, right?
Who cares?
Hey, maybe you should introduce another section before we go on to the next.
Let's do that. Let's do the trumpet section. Trumpet section consists of John Bickle on first, and you've heard him solo throughout the night. He's doing a wonderful job of being Cootie Williams back there, and all kinds of different other trumpet players. Emily Hansen on second, and Camille de Herrera on third, and our fourth part and violin solos are coming from, again, Simone Hammett Lynch. And so
she playing the trumpet part?
She's playing a trumpet part
on the violin.
On the violin.
So she has to transpose.
She does have to transpose. You are
that's the kind
so
of thing
astute.
that explodes my brain because I'm not a very good musician.
And she can sight transpose now too, so she didn't even have to have a different part. She could just look at it and go, it's right here. So she's pretty amazing. Plus the fact that she plays some killer classical music, which if we had another hour, we'd bust some of that out, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
Oh, well, that's okay, you know.
But in that vein,
Ellington.
Our next song is from the great writer Edvard Grieg.
Speaking of classical, there
we go. From the Peer Gynt Suite. and it's called Anitra's Dance. And Duke Ellington was fascinated with classical music and did a ton of arrangements of great classical pieces using the jazz workshop, or the jazz band as an orchestra. And so we're going to do that for you,
Okay.
if that's all right.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hey, that's Dave Hammond. He's the conductor of the Jazz Workshop Orchestra at the Denver School of the Arts. We're live at the Oasis on KUVO. That's the Denver School of the Arts, JWO, under the direction of Dave Hammond, live at the Oasis. Okay, so you mentioned a couple gigs coming up in May, and then the big one in mid-May, huh?
That's right. Let me go through a couple of them. This Sunday, believe it or not, Easter Sunday, is that right? Easter Sunday. 3 of our students are going to be doing a senior recital at Dazzle, and you're all welcome to come. It's at 7 and 9 at Dazzle this Sunday, and it's going to feature Liam Hughes Butler on guitar, Gabe Roop, who we talked about before, on bass, and Julian Archer on drums that you've heard. And then they're going to feature some of Denver's finest musicians. Eric Gunnison is going to be playing some piano, and Brad Good is going to come by and lay down some massive trumpet. So,
all right,
and that's not too shabby. for a
Well,
Sunday.
you know, there's a lot of great professional musicians around town, and they seem to be pretty generous with their time in helping out the younger jazz players.
They sure are. We found that the local musicians, local professional musicians, are so concerned with with seeing that their traditions are passed on, and we're lucky at Denver School of the Arts. We get to employ a lot of them. Greg Harris, Dr. Grant Larson, Ed Brazil, who's there probably tonight working with our percussion groups, because we've got the great Nate Worth there, who plays with, he's a percussionist with Snarky Puppy, who's going to be doing, we've got a gig tomorrow night at Dazzle with Nate Worth and all the percussionists at DSA. All these great players, not only on the jazz side, but also on the classical side. We have tons of players from the Colorado Symphony Orchestra now, helping our wind ensemble and our concert band and our symphony orchestra out. They're such generous people. They know so much, and the passing it on to kids is just what they want to do. Now, we do pay them, but I know it's not much compared to what they're worth. So
Well, it's like a big community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
and KUVO is a huge part of that.
We like to be part of
that,
it.
right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Because
Yep.
for 20 years, everyone wants to play on KUVO, and you guys have given them that opportunity, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, we're happy to do it. You kind of got started, but maybe this would be a good time to introduce your massive rhythm section.
Rhythm section. So we just talked about Liam Hughes Butler. Sometimes things happen in education that is really beautiful, and right now I've got 2 guitar players that are named Liam. And I think there's something big in that. I think there's somewhere planets aligned for that to happen.
This is probably the only jazz band in the country with 2 guitarists named Liam.
2 Liams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds, really?
Maybe you should name the band that.
2 Liams.
2 Liams Jazz Band.
2, yeah. That's... we could do that.
Just a suggestion. All right.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
sorry
a good
to
one.
distract
That's a good one. So Liam Hughes Butler and Liam Broderick are laying down the 5-string jazz guitars tonight. Oh, they are 6-string. Okay, sorry. Oh, so you put the other string on. Oh, that's good. So they're 6 strings.
Maybe it was a banjo or something.
Well, I didn't realize that they were using that other string, so that's good.
But the fundraising's paying off.
Drummers are, as I said, Julian Archer, who's playing this Sunday at Dazzle, and then Alex Gershevich, who's a phenomenal drummer. Father Vlad plays piano around town, and we're really happy to have Alex in the band. And he's extraordinarily happy right now being in it. We have 2 bass players.
Smiling.
Gabe Roop is really the home stay with the bass. He's the guy who does most of it. But we're trying to involve some of the younger players. And this Tony Golden is our other bass player, who's absolutely a phenomenal bass player. And he's going to take over the reins next year as main bass player, but he's playing tonight. On vibes, we have 2 vibe players too. You heard a little bit from Alex Street before, and then we also have Zach Bond, who's Gold Vibes. They are playing tonight, and
that is a good-looking set of vibes.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
He tried to convince me that they were real gold. I don't know, but I'm going to take one of those bars tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Have it assayed.
And we're going to
melt
check
it
it
down.
out.
See what happens.
Melt it down. I might be driving a whole new set of wheels on Monday. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to you, Zach. Rounding out the rhythm section, Max Moore, Maximilian is what we call him. Sometimes he plays like a Max Quadrillion. But it depends on the evening. Sometimes he's just Max. But tonight, it's up to a Maximilian. And we'll see if we hit a max a trillion. We'll have to see on the last tune.
You know, you got to always watch out for inflation.
Yep, we do. So that rounds out the rhythm section, unless I've left. No, I haven't left anybody out. How many are seniors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors. We're losing our entire 5-string guitar department. So, but we'll get new ones.
Maybe 6 next year.
Yeah. As long as they're named Liam, I don't care. Yeah. So
easy to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up next?
Okay, we're gonna play a tune. So the last tune that we just did, Anitra's Dance, is one of the ones that we're gonna present on the Lincoln Center stage. It's called the Frederick P. Rose Concert Hall, and that's one of the tunes that we're going to play for the festival. This next tune we're going to do as well. This is called Bojangles, and Eric Tro, your wonderful afternoon DJ, stole our set list and played this earlier today.
Good for him.
I know. How did he know? How do you guys figure this out?
That's the magic of radio.
It's like espionage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to play it for you.
You know, employ lots of people here. Okay.
Dark arts.
We ready?
Yes.
Denver School of the Arts under the direction of Dave Hammond. Live on KUVO. Here with Jazz 89 KUVO. It's the Live at the Oasis High School Collegiate Series tonight with the Denver Jazz Workshop. No, the Jazz Workshop Orchestra from the Denver School of the Arts.
That's right.
Yeah, the JWO from the DSA.
That's it. JWO from the DSA.
Yeah, there we
And
go.
that GoFundMe site, once more, is
One more time.
DSA JWO to New York City. And we'd love to have you donate to our cause so that, oh, look at that.
Is there more now?
Yes. It's like a fund drive right here. It's up to $3,180. How about that? Nice job, you guys.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Did anybody mention that Kuvo gets a commission on that?
Oops. Well.
Nah, you can keep it all. It's
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you so much. And again, you're funding some really, really hard-working students, and students who love jazz music, and students who will be a success in anything they choose to do. I'll guarantee that right here and right now.
Okay, all right. We'll have you write that down after the set here
You got it.
and notarize it and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, one more tune. Is that
One
where
more
we are?
tune.
Okay.
And this is our last thing that we'll do at Lincoln Center. It's called Chinoiserie. It's going to feature a bunch of people in the band. And thank you, Jeff, for inviting us to your house one more time.
Yeah, thanks for coming down, Dave.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right. The Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra under the direction of Dave Hammond on KUVO. was an exciting chart, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, way to go out with a bang, man.
Thank you. Well,
Okay, well, that's going to knock him over in New York.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. And thank you so much for this opportunity to get this on the air and get some support.
Heck yeah.
Man, thanks so
Heck yeah.
much.
All right, GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
Hey, good luck in New York City.
Thank you so much.
Knock him dead.
We
Bring
will
back the trophies.
do our best to represent Denver, DPS, Colorado, the region.
Okay. Yeah, keep smiling.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, it's been Live at the Oasis, the High School Collegiate Series. Tonight it's been Dave Hammond conducting the Denver School of the Arts Jazz Workshop Orchestra. Special thanks to Classic Pianos of Denver for providing our studio piano. Thanks also to Chris Coonsey of Denver Piano Tuning. Fletcher Hinton Music. And to Drum City Guitarland for supporting musicians since 1965. Drum City Guitarland offers gear for every level of musician on West 44th Avenue, Wheat Ridge, and online at drumcityguitarland.com. Thanks also to Original Pasquinis and to the Studio Club members of KUVO. And tonight's broadcast was engineered by Devin Shorb, assisted by Klaus Larson. Let's hear it for our engineers this evening, huh? Yeah, all right. It's 8:03. You're tuned to KUVO Denver, KVJZ Vale, 89.7 Breckenridge, and streaming worldwide at kuvo.org.
So you hit the red off.
Yeah, but for some reason it didn't go.
Can you hit play manually?
Oh shit.